A gleaming tanto blade drops onto a folded white silk cloth, staining the pure fabric crimson. You have 3 seconds to push the blade forward in apology, or the entire clan goes to war. Over the next 12 minutes, you'll live every level of the Yakuza hierarchy, from the lowest street-level collector to the untouchable Oyabun. Every rank costs something. This is what it actually took. Level 1. The Chinpra. You're 19. The neon lights of Tokyo's Kabukicho district reflect in the oily puddles of a narrow alleyway. The air smells of damp asphalt and exhaust fumes. Your world consists of a crumpled, rain-soaked promissory note and a heavy steel pipe resting against a graffiti-covered brick wall. You do not have a desk. You do not have an office. You have a designated street corner and a daily quota of 300,000 yen. The rain beats down on a black umbrella. Underneath it, a cheap silver lighter clicks open, illuminating a crinkled cigarette pack. This lighter belongs to Kenji, your street-level handler. He does not offer you the umbrella. He simply drops a thick manila envelope onto the wet pavement at your feet. The envelope contains the names of desperate businessmen, late-night gamblers, and failing restaurant owners. Your job is to collect what is owed. The weight of the steel pipe in your coat pocket is a constant reminder of the crude reality of this rank. There is no honor here yet, only survival. You approach a rusted metal door at the back of a pachinko parlor. The handle is cold. The ledger in your hand lists a debt of 45,000 yen. A heavy knock vibrates through the metal. A brown leather wallet is slowly slid under the door gap, containing exactly 30,000 yen. It is short. The metal pipe strikes the steel door, leaving a deep, jagged dent. The sound echoes through the alley. Fear is your only currency. You drop the 30,000 yen into a black duffel bag. It is a miserable existence, but the black bag grows heavier by the hour. By midnight, a pristine white envelope stamped with the clan's crest is handed to you in a dark parking garage. It is an invitation to leave the alleyways behind. Level 2. The Kumi Inn. You're 24. The transition from street thug to initiated member is defined by a single, silent room. The scent of heavy, sandalwood incense fills a traditional Japanese tea house. There are no neon lights here, only the soft, warm glow of paper lanterns casting long shadows across flawless tatami mats. A heavy, dark silk kimono rests neatly folded on a wooden stand. The clan crest, a geometric silver diamond, is woven into the back of the fabric. In the center of the room sits a small wooden altar. Upon it rests the sakazuki, a shallow, ceremonial porcelain cup. A crimson ritual liquid is poured from a glazed clay flask. Captain Sato's polished black dress shoes step into the edge of the light. A heavy gold Rolex Daytona slides out from under his tailored suit cuff, the second hand sweeping in complete silence. He places a beautifully inscribed scroll onto the mat. It details the strict code of the syndicate. The porcelain cup is raised. The liquid is consumed. The cup is then lowered heavily onto the wooden block. In this exact fraction of a second, your life no longer belongs to you. The scroll is rolled and sealed with a red wax stamp. You are now officially a foot soldier of the family. The street pipe is replaced by a matte black Tokarev TT-33 pistol, heavy and loaded, wrapped in an oiled cloth inside a locked glove box. Your environment shifts from alleyways to the leather seats of tinted luxury sedans. You guard unmarked high-stakes parlors and transport briefcases of untraceable currency. The leather briefcase clicks open on a glass table, revealing perfectly banded stacks of 10,000 yen notes. It is 2 million yen in pure profit from a single night. But the money is not yours. It all flows upward. You are simply a gear in a massive, unseen machine. Level 3. The Wakagashira Hosa. You're 33. You are now a lieutenant, an enforcer of the clan's iron will. The air conditioning hums quietly in the VIP room of a high-end Ginza nightclub. The environment is draped in black velvet and polished obsidian glass. A crystal ashtray sits in the center of a marble table, holding a smoldering, half-finished Cuban cigar. Around the ashtray, for encrypted flip phones, buzz incessantly. You are no longer managing debts. You are managing territories. A silver briefcase slides across the marble. Inside are the property deeds for 3 prime real estate locations in Shinjuku, extorted through a shell company. This is the modern syndicate, but the old ways cast a long, dark shadow. A rival faction, the Tanaka clan, has encroached on your construction racketeering territory. Their warning is not subtle. A shattered hood ornament from a black Mercedes is left squarely on your mahogany desk, sitting atop a blood-stained blueprint. Discipline must be maintained. One of your kumiin failed to secure the construction site perimeter. The punishment for failure is not financial. The atmosphere in the syndicate office turns to ice. A folded square of pure white silk is placed on a low wooden table. Beside it, a razor-sharp steel tanto blade is unsheathed. The blade catches the fluorescent office light. The silence is deafening. The white silk is slowly stained with a single, spreading circle of crimson. The severed debt of loyalty is paid. The stained silk is wrapped, tied with a black cord, and placed into a lacquered wooden box to be sent to the higher-ups. You watch the box being sealed. You realize that true power in this organization is not the ability to inflict pain, but the authority to demand ultimate sacrifice without saying a single word. Level 4. The Psycho Common. You're 45. You have ascended to the role of senior advisor. The crude violence of the streets is completely invisible from the 42nd floor of a Tokyo financial high-rise. The floor-to-ceiling windows offer a sweeping, panoramic view of the sprawling metropolis. Your desk is a massive slab of polished walnut. There are no weapons in this room. The instruments of power here are Parker fountain pens, pristine corporate letterheads, and encrypted offshore bank fobs. You operate the syndicate's legitimate fronts: construction companies, talent agencies, real estate holdings. The passage of the 1992 anti-Boryokuden laws forced the shadows into the boardroom. A leather binder rests on your desk. It contains a lucrative government infrastructure contract secured through aggressive, invisible coercion. Minister Fujiwara's signature is perfectly penned in blue ink at the bottom of the page. Beside the binder sits a flawless white golf ball and a titanium driver. Corporate diplomacy is the new warfare. Suddenly, the red light on the secure landline flashes rapidly. The encrypted phone rings once. A police raid is imminent. The Tokyo Metropolitan Police are moving on a secondary shell company. The reaction is clinical and absolute. Heavy industrial paper shredders roar to life, consuming years of financial ledgers. Magnetic hard drive wipers erase terabytes of offshore transaction data in seconds. A burner phone is snapped in half and dropped into a glass of water. A steel safe behind a painting is spun open, completely emptied of its gold bars and bearer bonds, leaving only dust. You stand by the glass window, watching the tiny blue and red police sirens flashing in the city streets far below. They will find nothing but empty filing cabinets and blank screens. You have evolved beyond a criminal. You are a ghost in the financial system. But the throne above you has suddenly become vacant. Level 5. The Oyabun. You're 58. The patriarch. The absolute peak of the mountain. You do not reside in the city. The environment is a secluded, heavily fortified, traditional estate in the mountains of Kyoto. The silence here is absolute, broken only by the rhythmic hollow thud of a bamboo water feature striking a stone in the Zen garden. A sliding paper door opens to a massive, empty dining hall. A single cushion sits at the head of a long cedar table. There is no one left to give you orders. There is no one left to protect you. A 300-year-old katana rests on a black wooden display stand behind your seat. Its steel has not been drawn in a century, yet its mere presence commands the loyalty of 10,000 men across Japan. A heavy, leather-bound master ledger sits open on the table. It lists the names of politicians, police chiefs, and corporate CEOs who owe their careers to the shadows. A gold signet ring rests beside a pot of hot green tea. The steam rises slowly into the cold air. You pick up a traditional calligraphy brush, dipping it into a pool of jet black ink. You press the brush against a piece of parchment, authorizing a hostile takeover that will shift billions of yen and ruin dozens of rival families. The stroke of the brush is smooth, irreversible, and deadly. You look out into the mist rolling over the stone garden. The syndicate is a machine, and you are its engine. But sitting in the freezing, absolute silence of the estate, surrounded by ancient steel and dark ink, the realization finally settles in. You control everything, but you belong to no one. Absolute power is absolute solitude. Somewhere in the neon-soaked alleys of Kabukicho, a crumpled debt note falls into a muddy puddle. A cheap silver lighter clicks open in the dark, illuminating a rusted metal pipe. He doesn't know what any of it costs, but he will. If you made it this far, comment OETH. Next video covers the hidden ranks of the Soviet KGB.